Welcome to the Diesel Exhaust Fluid Overview. We appreciate your interest in learning more about diesel exhaust fluid and your Ford diesel-powered truck. Most of the information shown here is also located in your owner's guide and diesel supplement in your glove box. Diesel exhaust fluid is a mixture of water and urea. Europe has used urea to reduce diesel exhaust emissions for years. Recently, the United States government has required its use with diesel engines. Your diesel vehicle has a selective catalytic reduction or SCR system that helps reduce the oxides of nitrogen levels from the engine exhaust. The system automatically injects diesel exhaust fluid into the exhaust for proper SCR operation, sort of like a blender on steroids. In order for the SCR system to properly reduce emissions, the diesel exhaust fluid level must be maintained. Generally, the diesel exhaust fluid tank should be filled during the oil change service interval. If you're curious about your diesel exhaust fluid level, using the message center will tell you whether or not the level is okay. Use the steering wheel buttons to navigate through the message center. Exhaust fluid level is located in the main menu under System Check. First, select Information and press OK. Then select System Check and press OK. Finally, select Exhaust Fluid and press OK. Exhaust fluid level OK is displayed when the remaining diesel exhaust fluid level is above 1/2 full. Exhaust fluid under 1/2 full is displayed when the remaining diesel exhaust fluid is under 1/2 full. Your Super Duty is intelligent. Just like the oil change message, diesel exhaust fluid warning messages are automatic. As the diesel exhaust fluid level nears empty, messages will display starting with the exhaust fluid range 800 miles. This message allows you plenty of time to fill the diesel exhaust fluid tank, preferably at your next fuel fill-up. If you see this in the message center, exhaust fluid range 300 miles, the diesel exhaust fluid symbol will automatically be displayed and chimes will sound along with the message. For this and the following messages, the diesel exhaust fluid tank must be refilled to resume normal operation of the vehicle with no speed limiting and no messages. In 99 miles, speed limited to 55 miles per hour, exhaust fluid empty is displayed when your diesel exhaust fluid is nearing empty. The vehicle's top speed will become limited in the displayed distance. Speed limited to 55 miles per hour upon restart, exhaust fluid empty, is displayed when the remaining diesel exhaust fluid level is depleted. Speed will be limited upon restart. Speed limited to 55 miles per hour, exhaust fluid empty, is displayed when the diesel exhaust fluid is empty. Engine idled upon refuel, exhaust fluid empty. Further vehicle operation without refilling your diesel exhaust fluid will cause the engine to enter an idle-only condition. This will only occur upon vehicle refueling and will be indicated by a message in the message center indicating required actions to resume normal operation. At this point, you really didn't listen, and now your truck will not drive at all. Because of the government mandate, as it says in your owner guide, you must add diesel exhaust fluid before you can drive your very intelligent truck. By adding 1/2 gallon or 1.9 liters of diesel exhaust fluid, your vehicle will be able to drive down the road in speed limiting mode. It will require 3.5 gallons for the pickup to get out of speed limiting and auto messaging from empty. It will require 4 gallons for the chassis cab to get out of speed limiting and auto messaging from empty. When you see these messages, you should refill your diesel exhaust fluid tank the next time you fill your fuel tank, so that the diesel exhaust fluid level does not get too low to keep you out of speed limiting or worse. If you see exhaust fluid level OK displayed in the message center, you don't need to refill your tank. You can purchase diesel exhaust fluid at your authorized Ford dealer, most highway truck stops, or you can contact roadside assistance for help in finding a retailer that sells diesel exhaust fluid. Look for this API certification trademark. Repairs resulting from the use of non-certified diesel exhaust fluid products may not be covered by your vehicle's warranty. Make sure you read all cautions and warnings on the diesel exhaust fluid bottle and in your diesel supplement to ensure your personal safety when handling diesel exhaust fluid. Your vehicle has a diesel exhaust fluid tank with a blue-capped filler port located next to the diesel fuel fill inlet. The diesel exhaust fluid tank can be filled using a nozzle at a diesel exhaust fluid filling station, similar to a fuel fill, or by using a diesel exhaust fluid bottle with a spout. Motorcraft diesel exhaust fluid bottles are recommended because they are designed to be spill-proof and will stop the flow of diesel exhaust fluid when the tank is full. Other aftermarket bottles can be used, but they should have a seal on the spout and an internal vent tube to achieve the best fill performance and prevent overfilling. Immediately wipe away any diesel fluid that is spilled on painted surfaces with water and a damp cloth to prevent damage to the paint. Let's see how to fill the diesel exhaust fluid tank properly. The following procedure applies to Motorcraft diesel exhaust fluid bottles. For other brands or bottle types, refer to the manufacturer's instructions on their bottle label. First, remove the cap from the diesel exhaust fluid container. Insert the straw end of the spout into the bottle. Make sure that the arrow above the nut is aligned with the bottle handle and the small tube end extends into the far corner of the bottle. Twist the spout nut on the container until it's tight. Next, open the diesel exhaust fluid filler port on the vehicle by turning the blue cap counterclockwise and removing the cap. Lift and hold the diesel exhaust fluid container without tipping and insert the spout into the diesel exhaust fluid filler port until the small black seal on the spout is completely seated into the filler port. Tip the bottom of the container slowly up until the diesel exhaust fluid starts to flow into the diesel exhaust fluid tank. While filling, the fluid level in the bottle will continually drop. When the diesel exhaust fluid tank is full, the fluid in the bottle will stop dropping, indicating the fluid has stopped flowing. Once the level in the diesel exhaust fluid bottle has stopped dropping, return the container to the vertical position slightly below the diesel exhaust fluid fill port and let any diesel exhaust fluid drain out of the spout. After the spout is drained, remove the spout from the diesel exhaust fluid filler port and install the blue cap. Remove the spout from the diesel exhaust fluid container and put the cap back on the bottle. Finally, rinse the spout and tube with water if you're going to use it with any diesel exhaust fluid remaining in the bottle. By the way, there's no need to squeeze the bottle or shake it around to try and get more fluid in the diesel exhaust fluid tank. When the fluid flow stops, the tank is full with the correct amount of diesel exhaust fluid. Filling the diesel exhaust fluid tank using a nozzle is similar to a normal fuel fill. The nozzle will shut off automatically when the tank is full. Do not continue to click the handle. This may cause spilling and will overfill the tank, which can cause damage. At the first nozzle shutoff, the tank is full. Some filling station nozzles may prevent filling your diesel exhaust fluid tank due to a magnetic mechanism in the nozzle. This isn't a problem with your vehicle. To refill your tank, either locate another filling station or use a bottle to refill the tank. If the system becomes contaminated, the diesel exhaust fluid light will illuminate and contaminated exhaust fluid messages will appear in the message center. For this and the messages that follow, the diesel exhaust fluid must be replaced to resume normal operation of the vehicle. Speed limited to 55 miles per hour upon restart, contaminated exhaust fluid, is displayed when the diesel exhaust fluid is contaminated. Speed will be limited upon restart. Speed limited to 55 miles per hour, contaminated exhaust fluid is displayed when the diesel exhaust fluid is contaminated. The message, "Engine idled upon refuel, contaminated exhaust fluid," indicates further vehicle operation without replacing your diesel exhaust fluid will cause the engine to enter an idle-only condition. This will only occur upon vehicle refueling without replacing the contaminated diesel exhaust fluid. The message center will indicate required actions to resume normal operation. For either vehicle speed limiting or idle-only conditions, normal vehicle operation will resume when the contaminated system is repaired. To have service performed on a contaminated SCR system, see your authorized Ford dealer. If the diesel exhaust fluid becomes empty or the contaminated fluid is not replaced, the vehicle will become limited to idle speed when the vehicle is stopped. In these conditions, be cautious where you stop the vehicle, because you may not be able to drive long distances and will not be able to maintain highway speeds until the diesel exhaust fluid is refilled or replaced. It's required to add a minimum of 0.5 gallons or 1.9 liters of diesel exhaust fluid to the tank to exit the idle-only condition, but the vehicle will still be in speed limiting mode until the tank is refilled. For either vehicle speed limiting or idle-only condition, normal vehicle operation will resume when the diesel exhaust fluid tank is refilled. When filling the diesel exhaust fluid tank from empty, there may be a short delay before detecting the increased level of diesel exhaust fluid. This must occur before full power is returned. So now you can see that diesel exhaust fluid is actually a benefit to your Ford truck and the environment. We hope to see you at the next Advance in Ford Vehicle Technology Made Simple presentation.